Last time on Dice Versa.
You're fools for coming here! This place will be your death!
The door slides shut, and you hear some screams of pain from the other side. A couple seconds later, the door slides right back open. The door slides shut once again. And then the door opens up again. And then it bounces open a little bit, and you push him back through the door just as it closes. And then the door slides open again.
What?
Are you closing the door?
Yes.
Okay. The door slides shut. The door slides open. Hitting you for 11 damage.
Mishka's out.
Mishka goes down. A deafening sound starts blasting from some speakers that you didn't notice are mounted throughout this entire chamber.
Debilitator.
And it is a completely debilitating sound. As you step fully into that room, you confirm that it is indeed Sedona.
We did it. End the episode.
Ukko gives a quick nod to the corpse and sheathes his blade, picking up Sedona and Mishka. Looks to Nevessa and just, you get us out of here.
She's gonna disguise herself as the woman that Ukko just killed with the hopes that that's the warden.
You disguise yourself as the woman whose corpse is currently lying on the ground.
I'll figure something out, and if not, I'll execute them myself.
All right, go ahead and make a bluff or intimidation check.
And she rolls a natural 20 for a total of 30.
However, before you're even outside of the moon's gravity well, another ship appears on your sensors. So you pull up the rear camera feed, and you see the ship that scanned you when you first arrived at Gulta, and it is in hot pursuit of you and begins opening fire.
I can't seem to be establishing a connection with Captain. It appears his comm is offline. Apologies, but I'm afraid I can't allow ye to commandeer this vessel.
And you rip out of the material plane and find yourself in the swirling pink and fuchsia clouds of the drift, feeling safe. You all are currently on the 3-day return trip from Gulta to Outpost Zed. On the second day, Mishka wakes up in the medbay of the Sundering Eclipse.
Nevessa probably is just kind of sitting at a chair in whatever medical station we have, probably just like with a book or whatever the tech future equivalent would be on a device or something like that.
Oh, I'm on the ship. I take it we made it out. Everyone okay?
Oh, yes, we were all able to make it out. You and Sedona were the worst for wear.
So we succeeded.
Yes, we managed to get out amazingly with 0 casualties.
Oh, definitely still a little sore.
Yeah, no, we had some problems. Cooper seems to be still working some bugs out, so Ukko's at the helm right now. We're in the drift and pretty much just going in a straight line, so it seemed harmless enough to let him pilot for a little bit.
How long have we been flying?
Oh, it's been about 28 hours now.
A good nap? Well, I'm gonna go check on Ukko, see how he's doing.
Sure thing, I'll just keep tabs on Sedona, and don't be surprised by the new passengers aboard.
Of course. Actually, is she doing alright?
She's been in and out, but I think some of her nanites were pretty badly damaged from the intense interrogation that she was put through, so I think she's still going to need a little bit more time before she's fully coherent.
That makes sense. Maybe I'll check her vitals out as well, make sure she's recovering as good as she possibly can.
Yes, please do.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do like a general medicine check, making sure she's alright.
Go for it.
first roll of the sesh. Hey, that's a 28.
She's clearly physically worn down and been through a lot, but as far as her vitals go, it seems like she is in a good place now. Her nanite repair systems have come online and are bringing her back up to full health, and as long as she stays here and rests, she'll probably be okay.
Well, it looks like you and Ukko did a good job. I think now we just wait for her to heal naturally and regain her consciousness on her own.
Sounds good. I'll stay here and keep tabs on her. You can go and get your legs under you again and check in on the ship.
Thank you, Captain. And you'll give a nod to Nevessa and stumble on over to the helm and check up on our buddy Ukko.
Nevessa just took a Sharpie on the window and just be like, all right, keep the wheel lined up with these arrows. You can deviate this much if it looks like fun, but no more than that.
I just imagine there's sticky notes all over the piloting console for Ukko to remember what shit is. Hey.
Hey, Mishka. What's up, Bonded? You're not dead. Good job.
Yeah, thanks to you, right?
Before you say anything else, we don't gotta talk about it. We don't need to go around telling everybody how I'm an amazing hero, lifesaver, warrior, pilot.
You think you did a great job getting us all out of there safe and alive.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood falling out of everything, I really don't even remember a lot of it.
Yeah, I do see a lot of that blood. I'll have to clean the pilot seat later.
It's been fine. It's working fine. Don't worry about it. Hey, if you want to take over...
I think that would be good for me. Piloting often relaxes me.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate the notes and yes, all these little sticky notes here.
Yeah, that
with
one.
Instructions. I'm sure these notes will be very helpful.
Yes.
Thank you, Ukko. I appreciate it, buddy.
Hey, hold on, gotta check something. And he puts his hand to his head unnecessarily and goes, ladle, psychically in his head, just to make sure.
You're just checking to see if it's still working?
Yeah, you never know.
It's always weird when you do that when we're standing next to each other, but I heard it.
Yeah, just gotta make sure. Sometimes you hit your head hard enough, well, you die. But anyway, you got this. See you later, Bonded. Let me know if you need anything. I'm gonna go exercise and meditate.
Yeah, no problem. I'll take over from here. You can go relax.
I will go be relaxing.
Yeah, you got it.
Well, guess I'll just go sit and feel. Oh shit. There's only 3 space bear? Oh no, fuck.
And so, the trip finally comes to an end, as Outpost Zed becomes visible on the ship's instruments. And as you make your way to Hashishir's private dock, you see Talmrin waiting for you beyond the force field. She hops excitedly from foot to foot as the Sundering Eclipse makes port, but as you start making your way across the docking ramp with Sedona and Mothkala and Seacheek and the Savara and Grub, Talmrin's excitement wanes a little bit as she sees your visibly poor states. And as you pass through the force field into the dock, Seacheek, the Shirin, doesn't waste any time as she approaches Talmrin, and the two of them begin exchanging some quiet words that you can't make out. However, you do see that the Gossclaw's ears sink in shame as Seacheek gently puts a claw on Talmrin's shoulder. And as the private conversation comes to an end, Talmrin timidly gestures further into the dock, and the injured aliens follow her gesture, giving you each one last nod as they exit toward the station. And once the door closes behind them, Talmrin turns to you and says,
Well done indeed. Yes, even an extra rescue, and a large one at that. Quite impressive, quite indeed. I will make arrangements for them all to be taken care of here on the station. In the meantime, thou hast earned some rest and relaxation. I believe Hasachir has acquired some additional parts for your ship as well, so he and I shall continue the work we started before thy departure. And of course, here is thy payment for rescuing my comrades.
and she taps on her data pad and sends you each 1,000 credits.
Yes, thank you, Talmrin.
Of course.
Don't know if we would have been able to accomplish it without your aid.
Well, it is my pleasure.
Is there any more trouble here? Got any more bugs or that freaking furball causing a problem again, or I don't know. Anything to do?
The station has been quite quiet since your departure. The Zarb is always a bit confrontational, but such is his nature.
I'll go straighten him out, yeah. Maybe that's what I can do. Unless there's other work to be done, any help?
Always needing something to do, big one,
Yes.
Well, I suggest that you simply spend the time relaxing, and I will think of something that you can do to help.
Okay, but if I get busy, I will not.
Very well. Whatever suits you, large one.
Alright, cool. Anyway,
Looks to Nevessa and Mishka, Sedona.
You look at Nevessa and she's just raising an eyebrow at you.
what?
Yeah, same with Mishka.
What?
Well, as I said, please make thyselves at home.
And with that, she scurries off before the conversation can continue.
That wasn't rude, right?
In response to that, you actually hear Sedona pipe up for the first time in a long time as she kind of stands up straighter in the back there and says,
I do not think you have to worry about offending that one, Ukko, especially after everything you did for her, as well as for me.
Sedona, good to see you up and around.
Yeah, I'm just glad you're not dead.
Yes, I am certain that I would not be alive today if you all had not flown all the way to Azlanti space and broken into a highly secure prison moon, and gods know what else, all to save this old shell.
Well, okay.
I am deeply humbled by your friendship. Thank you, all of you.
Okay, so look, in order of importance, it was violence, money, there was a third one, and then you. Okay, so...
Of course, Ukko. I certainly believe you.
We're just glad to see that you're all right, Sedona.
I appreciate it, and I am glad to be all right. However, it is unfortunate that I must ask for your aid once again, if you are willing to give it.
Of course.
It pays, right?
I'm sure that there will be rewards,
Hey.
but I think that the stakes that we are dealing with here are much grander than a payment or space beer.
as she eyes the empty six-pack. She brushes a strand of hair from her eyes and continues.
I assume that you have learned of the Rune Drive by now, yes?
A little bit, yes, but if you wanted to expand upon more, that would be appreciated so we know exactly what we're dealing with here.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to have a short time to study the device up close, and I was able to sense an inkling of its power.
It supposedly might be another form of space travel, like something akin to drift travel, yeah?
You are correct. I do believe that it would allow for interstellar travel without the use of the drift. And if the Azlanti Star Empire should gain full control over this technology, it would spell disaster. All systems everywhere would fall under the Azlanti shadow. We must do whatever we can to retrieve or destroy the Rune Drive.
And as she says this, she kind of wobbles a bit and has to grasp onto Nevessa's shoulder as she still is recovering from her harsh treatment at the hands of the Azlanti. And as she sort of regains her composure, she says,
Oh, thank you, Nevessa. Perhaps we should find a place to sit. There's something important that I would like to discuss with you all.
So you guys all make your way into the kitchen of Pashashir's private dock and take a seat. Sedona gingerly sits in one of the seats across from you.
Before we begin, please, tell me what happened to Madelon's Landing. Those poor people were under siege when I was taken. I called for the stewards, but I fear their arrival was too late.
Liberated by this trio here.
And she sits up and smiles and she says,
That's wonderful. Thank you. That puts my mind at ease so much. I suppose I should not be surprised, but you all have once again outdone yourselves. Now, allow me to fill in some missing pieces for you all. There are still some holes in my memory, but I do remember some things. For instance, I do know that I was taken someplace separate from the prison moon. I don't recall where or what the place was, but I do know that it was private to Sardat Ulavestra. Perhaps he has a second base hidden somewhere. Regardless, I'm certain that this is where they've taken the Rune Drive, and that we must find it.
Yes, I think we've heard that name a few times.
Yeah.
Ulavestra, yes, the Sardat is undoubtedly the one behind this. He is a noble of the Azlanti ranks and the owner and proprietor of Gulta, so it's no surprise that he brought me there.
Would you happen to have a way of tracking down where he is?
Unfortunately, I do not, but perhaps somebody around here might be able to help.
And with that, Hasachir enters the room, carrying a part for the Sundering Eclipse. And he actually looks much healthier and stronger than he did before you left for Gulta.
Hey.
Ah, friends. Talrin informed me of your return. It is good to see you all in good health.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Ukko!
Look at you! Look at you!
Yes, I am feeling quite fit thanks to a new shipment of medication that arrived just after your departure. In fact, it arrived just in time, as I found myself bedridden as soon as you left. As you know, a few hours without my treatment, and the itching associated with my condition becomes unbearable. However, I am feeling much better for the moment.
Glad to see you're feeling well.
It seems the excitement of your success has also invigorated me, as I find myself eager to install these new components on your ship.
And he gestures to the starship part that he's carrying.
To that end, I will bid you all farewell and get back to work.
If you're not feeling at your best, don't push yourself too hard. You can wait.
I am certainly feeling at my best today. Thank you, though, Mishka.
You better keep getting good at her because we gotta go to Kashoria still. Don't forget, I made a promise and I'm a dragonkin of my word.
Yes, of course. I look forward to it.
Secondly, I don't know if y'all believe in woo-woo and the fates and gods of any sort, but
What is woo-woo?
Sedona was literally just talking about... Ashashir, do you know about, what was the whole thing again, Sedona?
We were discussing Sardat Ulavestra and his potential second location.
Yeah, and it's like uncharted and hidden or something. Would you know anyone or anything that might be able to track that down?
I personally do not. I try to avoid any dealings with the Sardat or any Azlanti for that matter.
Yeah, they suck.
Have you asked Talrin?
No, that was my first thought, but then, like, you walked in right as Sedona said that, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, and that was it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry I could not be as serendipitous as you would have liked, but yes, perhaps Talman may be able to direct you more effectively than I can.
Yeah.
And I will keep my ears open in the cantina for any rumblings about the Sardat.
And with that, he just kind of like nods and exits the dock to go install some stuff on your ship.
Sweet.
I like him. He's cool. Hey, if I wasn't gonna bond with you, Mishka, it probably would have been him. That's a joke. Joking.
I feel like you would have bonded with whoever asked you first.
Wow.
So,
Oh.
anyway, Sedona, is there any more pertinent information that we should be aware of?
Nothing that you don't already know. However, I will advise caution and urge you all to keep a low profile. We are still in Azlanti space after all, a fact that makes me quite nervous if I'm being honest. However, we have no choice but to wait for your starship repairs to be completed. As such, I suppose it is best that we idle here, on the station, amongst its eclectic population. Plus, it seems you've made some friends here. And as the Rikrichi said, someone here may be able to shed some light on our Ulavestra problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Understood.
So, Donut, you remember Cooper, yes?
You mean that terrible AI that came with your ship?
Yeah. He has been acting very strange.
Bad.
Navessa and Ukko had to shut him down temporarily.
That is the least surprising thing you have said since you rescued me. That AI has always been problematic. It was quite off-putting when we recovered the ship.
And he's kind of a jerk.
Agreed.
I thought he was kind of charming. You know, like a fun little theme with the ship. I don't know, I never had the heart to change him.
You have always been unflappably optimistic, Mishka.
Flap.
Thank you, I think. But he's been acting more strange than usual. More like glitchy and, I don't know, like...
Murderous, you know, kind of. Not like I'm trying to kill you, but I'm definitely not trying to help you live.
There was some, like, program errors. It was like he was trying to recall some knowledge. I don't know if that had anything to do with his past owners. It seemed to run amok of his systems and coding. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I don't recall any strange entries on the ship's impounding record, or else I would not have assigned it to you. Whatever it is, it must have began recently.
I know Nevessa was looking into it a bit, right?
I mean, yes, I tried running a diagnostic, but I don't believe I was able to come up with anything conclusive.
If you would like me to take a look at it, I certainly can, but I make no promises.
Focus on rest and recovery first, but if you're feeling well enough or at least need something to keep you busy, any investigation on that front would be much appreciated.
Agreed.
Her eyes glaze over for a moment and then snaps back to focus and she says,
I've made a note of it.
Be cautious because, I don't know, I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. I have theories what might be going on.
I would be curious to hear these theories.
Alright, so way long back ago, we had tech ghosts. There was a ghost in the machine. I stabbed it, made it dead.
she raises an eyebrow and looks at Nevessa for clarification.
Yeah, Nevessa will just lean over to Sedona and just kind of whispers, "It was just a glitch gremlin."
Sedona goes,
Gotcha.
Hey, if it wasn't a ghost before, it's a ghost now. Alright, so I'm just saying there's weird things that were in our things before, and now this is happening with Cooper, and, just be careful, because I don't know if you, plug into him, and now you're Cooper. Oh, that's gonna be weird. Don't talk funny.
she says,
Noted.
but you clock that her eyes did not glaze over this time.
Alright, I'll let you go.
That is a good question, though. If you do kill an angry glitch gremlin, can it turn into a ghost?
Is it a glitch ghost?
Or does it become a ghost gremlin?
I am far too tired for these questions. But as you suggested, if I'm looking for something to do, I will take a look at your ship's AI.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ukko will roll his one eye back a bit and go,
Noted.
She just smirks as she leaves the room.
She's great. Anyway,
So yeah, you guys know that the ship maintenance is going to take at least a few days. So you all settle down into your rejuvenation pods for the night, thinking about your plans for the rest of the week as you wait for your ship to be put back together and upgraded. And so the next day you all arise.
Well then, perhaps next step is we should begin exploring around the outpost and see if we can dig up any information on the Sardat Ulavestra.
yep.
All right.
Half-Red, the Stelefera friend we made?
yes.
I feel like that's as good a starting point as any.
So you walk up to Half-Red, and she very excitedly wobbles over to you in her watery body and makes some watery tendril gestures at you and shapes her water into like a circular tube and does a few loops through it.
Hello, Half-Red. Good to see you as well.
She gives a bubbly nod.
So I was wondering, there are all sorts of things on sale for our market, but we're looking for someone who might be in the information brokering business. Do you know anybody who might be selling any type of information on the Azlanti?
She shapes her body so that it's scratching its chin and thinks for a moment as she turns that sort of pink-purple flashing color. And then she shrugs as she points towards the gambling nook. And then she shrugs again and points back towards the cantina.
Understood. Thank you very much.
I have red.
Pat's water bubble.
And she lets loose some excited bubbles and does some backflips in there.
Tickled.
And then she points to your pocket where you're keeping the comm unit that she gave you.
Yep. He whips it out. Kind of wipes off dried blood a little bit.
She enters some text into the little terminal on there, and it says 25% off everything.
Ukko makes that sound as he looks to Nevessa.
We have friends with benefits.
Nice.
Oh, hey.
He pulls out a bright yellow Aeon stone.
I killed the warden. She had this on her. Half-Red, do you know what this is?
Half-Red takes one glance at the Aeon stone and excitedly nods.
Extends the comm unit.
She taps a few words into it. Valuable Aeon stone, 500 credits.
Oh, well, what's it do?
She gestures that you should just put it on and see what it does.
Oh, all right. Here. I'm putting it on.
just sort of lets go of it by his head.
I think you just need to do it. I don't know that you have to say it out loud.
So you raise it up next to your head and it like starts pulsating with light. And as you let go, it just slowly starts orbiting around your cranium.
Wow!
And with that, Half-Red starts like changing color and moving around in her bubble. And as you watch her, you're not hearing anything, but you can understand what she's trying to say through the changes of color in her skin and stuff.
It makes it so that you can understand people without needing to speak their language.
Wipe away one little manly tear.
Wow, I understood Half-Red.
Yeah, now if only your language wasn't so loud and obnoxious.
No, that's just me. Well, do we want this? If no one's gonna, I'll wear it.
When you're done enjoying a conversation with Half-Red here, I wouldn't mind taking that off of your hands. Seems like it'd be useful in my line of work.
Yeah, and this was wonderful, but I kind of like the game of charades when I'm talking with you, Half-Red.
Yeah, it's definitely not annoying for me.
Here, you take it, Nefessa.
As you loudly proclaim that you've taken the Aeon stone off of the warden, Mishka, you see that really nervous, furry little creature step tentatively towards you, and he tugs on your backpack as he comes up beside you.
Oh, hello, friend.
Is it true? Is it true?
What, that it's an Aeon stone?
No, that you broke people out of Gulta?
Yes, but, don't advertise that
Wow!
too much.
Wow, it's true, everybody! It's true! They did it!
Oh, God.
And with that, like, everybody just kind of, like, looks over towards you.
They did it! The Azlanti have been defeated!
Some of the people closest to you start clapping, and then suddenly the entire furnace marketplace is all clapping around you as Glest hops excitedly.
My wares! Any wares that you want! A discount for you and your crew! Anything you want! Anything you want!
Well then.
We appreciate the discounts. Thank you, Fred.
Yes, of course! Anything for the heroes of Outpost Zed!
Are there still any of those alien guard guys around?
Yes, you look around and you do see some of those Dralic guards, and they definitely look over to see what the commotion is, but it seems peaceful. They don't really seem to care too much.
Okay.
So Glest says, "Please come take a look." And with that, he just goes back, and you see him sort of like having excited whispers with the shopkeepers nearby as they all are clearly talking about the three of you.
Half-Red, you've been extremely helpful. Thank you so much, and we will definitely be swinging by later to purchase some more wares.
As the Aeon Stone settles in and activates its powers, Half-Red gives you a watery thumbs up, and her colors say,
You got it, dudes.
I like it. And she'll give a polite nod and wander over to Mishka, at least kind of curious what Glest has for sale.
So yeah, you go over to Glest, and he excitedly throws open the mouth of the furnace where he keeps all of his goods, and inside you see some grenades laid out. You see what you know as a hollow skin, which is a device you can like attach to your belt to project a hologram over yourself as a disguise. You see a pen-like device sitting there, and as you go to touch it, he's like, "Oh, careful with that. It'll give you a bit of a jolt." There is a little silver disc that looks like a coin or a battery, and some looks like tape that you would find in like a VHS or something like that that's wound around a spindle that you recognize as Aeon tape. And you know that this tape is like basically an adhesive, but when you expose it to an electrical charge, it hardens. So you can like wrap it around somebody and then zap it with electricity to turn it into like metal binds around them.
Sweet.
Here's something that maybe Nefessa would be interested in. The Improvisation Adornment Mark 1. This item is usually worn on or near the head, such as on a necklace or a headband or a mask. And while wearing it, if you fail Bluff, Culture, Diplomacy, Intimidate, or Sense Motive, as a reaction, you can re-roll the check and take the better result. You can benefit from this once every 24 hours.
That sounds pretty good.
Seems pretty good.
How much is the thing for the necklace?
The thing for the necklace?
The improvisational adornment.
Yeah.
I'll give you that for 1,800 credits. That's a deal.
What if we endorsed your shop? I'm Ukko T. Bronte, and this is my favorite shop on Outpost Zed.
That would be wonderful.
Hey, alright. It's free now, right?
You're gonna do it for free? That's all.
No.
Everybody! They're great!
What have I done?
The heroes of Outpost Zed!
But yes, I mean, as long as everybody's fine with me spending from party funds, I'd be very interested in the improvisational ornament.
Yeah.
Yes, by all means.
I will take that then.
Wonderful.
And he just like grabs it and quickly wraps it up and puts it in a little bag and hands it to you.
How much for the wizard cloak? It makes you go invisible. The mesh.
Oh, the hollow shroud.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that's 1,300, baby.
I'm okay. You're different now. Oh, because you're happy. Got it.
Hey, would it be cool if we got a selfie?
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
He comes over and like picks him up.
What?
Does like a big old muscle pose.
Quick, take it. Look at that. I'm flexing the wings too.
He snaps a couple selfies.
How come you weren't this cool before?
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
I was always this cool.
And I think it feels pretty warm in here.
Okay, you can put me. You guys can go now.
All right. Thank you so much for your time and the discount.
Gives you a thumbs up.
You got it, dude.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
All right, you guys leave Glest's shop and make your way to the gambling nook, which is at the western end of the Furnace Marketplace.
Let me get my game face on, because they're tough. Professor talked about feelings. Okay, I'm ready.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's wrong with you?
You've been seeming like you've been really wanting to fight something. Everything cool?
I always want to fight something. What are you
I point at the Zarb right next to us.
In fact, as you guys walk by, he like makes a gesture like he's pulling on suspenders, even though he's not wearing anything, and then points to you and gives you a thumbs up, basically saying like, "Hey, you looking good in that new armor."
Yeah, I give him a nod and then looked at Mishka. I'm like,
I still feel a little bad about that, but at the same time, I'm a badass, right?
Before we enter, word of caution to you both. Let's try and practice a little bit of discretion and not just loudly proclaim to a crowd that we have defeated the Azlanti. We don't know if this group is likely to celebrate us for that or sell us out for it. Try and play it a little closer to our chest, yeah?
Got it. Understood.
Very well. Lead the way.
All right.
As you enter, you see that the majority of this chamber is taken up by several raised platforms, some of which are covered in scattered pieces of unusual games. There are squares of plastic bearing holographic images, plastic chits of various shapes and color, hexagonal wooden containers filled with glass beads, and plenty of other gaming paraphernalia. And as you look around, you see that all of the tables have eclectic groups gathered around them, and one table in the back in particular stands out because, as you guys know, this is where the Glimshar pirates gather and play their games, and you can see them back there. They resemble yellow crystals with spindly spider-like legs coming out of them, and you see them back there making loud crackling noises and sort of like flickering with light as they communicate with each other. And actually, Nevessa, with that yellow cabochon stone, you can understand what they're saying through their flickering and their crackling. And it's not really anything particularly interesting right now. They're just having small talk, talking about the game and talking shit with each other. Nothing particularly exciting happening now, but you are able to actually understand their communication.
Neat.
That is neat.
Alright, so how do you want to approach this?
Do you know what game they're playing?
You guys can make culture checks if you want to try to decipher what games they are playing, if you know the rules.
I got a 21.
Ukko got a natural 20 for 26.
Nevessa got an 11.
With that natural 20, and I'll even say with Mishka's 21, you guys do recognize the game. It's a pretty common gambling game, common casino game, and they are clearly gambling right now. So yeah, we'll say it's poker-like or a blackjack-like kind of card game, but instead of using physical cards, they have these little slates that when they put them down, they project holograms upwards, Star Wars style.
They're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
I know that game.
Yeah.
I've seen my papa play that on the computer.
Yeah, I played a couple games myself.
Well, if the two of you already know how to play, maybe we should go over and introduce ourselves, and one of the two of you could sit down and play?
Sure.
Keep in mind, these are pirates, okay? Let's not be too friendly. We gotta be tough.
Let's go over and see how friendly they are, yeah?
You guys, all three, walk up to the table. Most of the Glimshar pirates don't even acknowledge you. The one who is acting as dealer glances up as you guys approach the table, and it gestures with one of its spindly legs towards the open seats and it flickers a little bit and makes some crackling noises. Nevessa, you're able to easily decipher this as it's saying that the buy-in is 2,000 credits.
The buy-in is 2,000 credits.
I have 1,700.
Do we want to risk gambling?
I think perhaps I'm agreeing with your original assessment, Ukko. Perhaps we cut to the chase a bit more.
The dealer pirate starts to look a little impatient, and the other pirates look up at you now as they wait for the hand to be dealt. And the dealer flickers again. In or out?
Oh, hello. Sorry to hold your game up here. My associate here, Mishka, will be playing as he's familiar with this game. I'm just here as a translator, and this is our associate and bodyguard, Ukko.
The dealer waves you off and points at the chair like, hurry up and sit down if you're going to play.
I take a seat.
Nevessa will tap her credit stick for the buy-in, and while she's doing that, tap into her psychic powers and activate a telepathic message with Mishka.
Okay.
Hello, Mishka, just in case we need to discreetly chat. As you were.
Mishka does his best not to react. Just tries to give a very subtle sign of acknowledgement.
And as you do that, the first hand is dealt, and as every player takes their turn, the round comes to an end. You end up losing this round.
Oops.
So you lose 100 of your credits.
Sorry, it's been a while since I played. Mainly just watched Papa play.
The second hand is quickly dealt and played, and this time you end up winning, getting your 100 credits back. And just to keep things interesting, and to make it so that you guys have an opportunity to interject here with some conversation, we'll say that every couple hands, the player to the right of the dealer becomes the new dealer. So once it gets over to you, Mishka, we'll see whether or not you know how to deal for this game.
Oh, shit.
But for now, you guys have a little bit of downtime as the dealer moves around the table to the next Glimshar pirate.
So, have you all spent much time in this sector of space?
Go ahead and make a diplomacy or an intimidation check.
Nevessa rolled a 19.
Yes, we spend a lot of time in this system because it is where we do most of our work. We also enjoy spending time on Outpost Zed because it is in this system where we do a lot of our work, and so we spend a lot of time in this system.
I see.
You notice that its crackling gets quieter and its flashing gets a little bit dimmer, almost like it's trying to whisper to you, and it says,
I know who you are. You are the heroes of Outpost Zed and the saviors of Gulta, because you infiltrated the prison moon and freed the prisoners therein, becoming heroes of Outpost Zed, and that is why I know who you are.
She'll glance over to Mishka, who spilled the beans. Oh, I see. So, have you and your fellow crewmates here had any run-ins with the Azlanti?
Yes, we are pirates in Azlanti space, so we have run into many Azlanti because we're pirates in Azlanti space.
Oh, God.
Oh, and by the way, my name is Bright Bright Crackle Flickerdim, so you can call me Bright Bright Crackle Flickerdim because it is my name.
I love these spiders. They're so good.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Bright Bright Crackle Flickerdim. As you're probably already aware, I am Nevessa.
It is nice to meet you. I did not know your name. I only knew that you were in the crew that defeated Gulta because I heard of the rumors, and I did not know your name because I have not met you, but it is nice to meet you because I have never met you before.
So now the second dealer gets settled and the next hand gets dealt, and you losing another 100 credits, getting back down to negative 100. 1,900 total.
Oh, oop, my bad. I got the heads confused. Sorry, it was the other way around.
And then you make your money back on the next hand.
Alright, see? Yeah, I got it that time.
The dealer begins changing and there's a bit of downtime. Bright, Crackle, Flicker, Dim turns to Nevessa and says,
Rumor is that you are from the Pact Worlds and that you are visiting Azlanti space. Are you planning to stay in Azlanti space or return to the Pact Worlds where you are from?
Our plan is to stay here a little bit longer, at least, until our business is concluded. We're still doing a little work to thwart the Azlanti a little bit more. You wouldn't happen to have a good eye on the dealings of the Azlanti in this area. I'm sure you need to stay aware of their comings and goings with your pirating and whatnot.
At this, the pirates all kind of like look at you and look around nervously,
Bright Bright Crackle Flicker Dim crouches down even further and says,
You must be careful of what you say in public spaces. There are ears everywhere, and the Azlanti have tendrils that reach everywhere, so you must be careful with what you say. But to answer your question, we do keep track of the Azlanti comings and goings because we are pirates, and so it is important for us to keep track of the Azlanti comings and goings. However, it has been strangely quiet as of late, probably because of your recent actions in Gulta, which have made the Azlanti nervous and have made them quiet as of late.
Well, then perhaps if you and your crewmates would be amenable to it, maybe we could have a discussion on this in more depth later, maybe perhaps over food and drink?
It would be pleasant to have a meal with the heroes of Gulta, because you are heroes and it would be nice to know you. We will eat in 3 days. Will you be available then, when we eat in 3 days?
We eat on a more regular cycle than that. But I mean, we don't necessarily need to have the conversation be tied to our eating schedule. After the game is concluded, if you just want to have a friendly conversation to get to know each other better, I would very much enjoy that.
And until then, Ukko's just gonna have to go over here and say, Hey everyone, check this out.
Just sounded like rave moves, but with the Triton just,
I'm Ukko T. Brote. Woo!
Nobody really pays you much attention. They are very engrossed in their games, but because of your reputation, nobody stops you either. They're just like, okay, I guess he can do that in the corner if he wants to. Just being like Star Wars kid in the corner.
Pretty much. Is it making a good kind of din?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you are swinging
perfect.
the trident, it's making its music.
Yes, that's the goal.
And there goes discretion.
So as the death metal starts from the corner, Bright Bright Crackle Flicker Dim says,
Yes, we can talk after the game. It would be nice to talk when the game is over.
They're the nicest pirates.
and with that, the next hand is dealt, and Mishka loses his 100 credits again.
Do you know how much longer you and your crew were planning on playing?
This game has been going for 6 days. It will probably go for another 3, because it has been going for 6 days.
Understood. She'll kind of lean over to Mishka. They've been playing for 6 days already and are likely to continue playing for 3 more days, presumably stopping for when they eat next.
And you begin to notice that not only have you been just getting your money back and then losing it and getting it back, but so has everybody else at the table. And so everybody is almost with the same amount of chips that they started with. This game seems to be going endlessly.
Oh, I don't know that I can play this game for that long.
And with that, the next hand is dealt, and you lose another 100 credit.
Say, Bright Bright Crackle Flicker Dim, are there any areas that you and your crew specifically try to avoid?
Well, we do not like going into the room to the south because that is where the Paralith lives. And we do not like interacting with the Paralith because he is mean and nasty, so we avoid interacting with him. That is why we do not go into the room to the south where the Paralith lives.
Yes, no, I get that. I mean, for your pirating, when you leave the station, are there areas that you and your crew don't like to go, perhaps because of, and she'll kind of like lean in like a little quieter, because of Azlanti presence?
Oh yes, we avoid Azlanti patrols because Azlanti patrols would arrest us, so we avoid them. They are all over the system because they are patrolling.
Oh my god.
But beyond patrols, me and my friends were looking for a specific location.
A specific location to avoid? Why would you be looking for a location to avoid if you wish to avoid it?
We are not looking to avoid it, but we're wondering if there's a place that your crew wouldn't want to go because of the Azlanti presence there. You see, we're looking for someone.
There are many places with Azlanti presence that we avoid because the Azlanti are present there and they are dangerous.
And we avoid them.
And we avoid them because they would arrest us or kill us because they are Azlanti and they are dangerous.
We're looking for more of a place where it might not be as well known that there's Azlanti presence there, a secret base, if you will.
I do not know of any secret Azlanti bases because they are secret bases.
Since I have a psychic link up with Mishka, she'll send a message like, perhaps we could play a few more hands, but I'm beginning to suspect this might be a dead end.
The next hand is dealt, and Mishka wins 100 credits back, bringing him to 1900 total.
Alright, good. I'm remembering the rules a little bit.
The next hand is dealt, bringing you back up to 2,000 even.
Yeah!
All right. See? Yeah, it was... Yeah, I got it.
And now there's another moment of downtime as the dealer changes hands once more.
Do you and your crew know one Sardat Ulavestra?
Yes, Sardat Ulavestra is the Sardat of this sector of Azlanti space.
Oh my god.
He is an Azlanti noble who is a member of the Imperial Fleet and also who owns the prison moon of Gulta, which is why he is an Azlanti noble.
You wouldn't happen to know of any other land they own besides the moon of Gulta, would you?
It would not be surprising for the Sardat to have multiple residences because he is an Azlanti noble, and so he will probably have multiple residences.
Oh my god.
I see. And where do you and your crew get your information from as far as Azlanti patrols are and how to avoid them? Do you have an informant?
We monitor the Azlanti patrols through hacking the infosphere, which lets us monitor the Azlanti patrols.
We forgot about space internet.
We certainly did.
And so the next hand is dealt. Oh, Mishka is up by 100 credits.
Tap out! Tap out!
You're doing it, Mishka.
See, I thought this card was a 2, but turned out it was a 5. I just had it upside down.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, now Mishka's really getting the hang of it as he gets up to 2,200 credits. 2,200 credits. And the dealing changes once more, moving to the spot next to Mishka.
So I share with Mishka what little I've gleaned and ask if he has any ideas or if he wants to reach out to Ukko and see if Ukko has any ideas beyond whatever it is that he's doing.
Crying and headbanging in the corner.
Thank you all for being very helpful with our questions. Do you happen to know a way where we can track the Sardat? Maybe find his whereabouts?
The Sardat has been strangely quiet as of late, likely because of the foreigners that have been undermining his plans and causing them to go poorly. I believe you are these foreigners because you are not from here in Azlanti space and you are asking questions about the Sardat who is being harassed by foreigners like yourself.
I will psychically convey that to Mishka, just be like, it sounds like the Sardat has been keeping a low profile, presumably because of our exploits.
Good to know. Is there a way we can find out where he is?
We do not know how you can find the Sardat because he is very dangerous, so we avoid him because he is dangerous and we do not want to cross his path.
Doesn't sound like they want to mess around with that.
Can you think of anyone that could help us in this?
We spend most of our time in the gambling nook because we enjoy gambling, so we spend most of our time here in the gambling nook.
They say they like gambling.
You know, I kinda get it. It's pretty fun.
Starting to think they're not really pirates.
In the spirit of the game, at least, do a round where you act as dealer and then perhaps cash out.
I don't know how to do that.
Make an intelligence check.
I just watch Papa, and I mix up my 5s and my 2s.
19.
So the stack of quote-unquote cards gets handed to you, and you kind of fumble with them awkwardly, and you begin dealing the hand, and all of the pirates kind of like look at you and begin flickering to each other, and then the original dealer, the one next to you to the right, grabs all the cards and begins dealing them himself.
Mishka's like, he's like sweating, not that they could see.
He just starts panting.
He's like, Papa plays the digital version. It doesn't let you deal. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.
You just scoop up your chips.
Yeah.
So yeah, they watch you gather your chips and then give you your 2,200 credits back. The dealer thanks you in his own crackle flicker language for playing. Bright Crackle Flicker Dim says,
Oh, if you are leaving the game, then please let me know when you would like to have our meal talk, because then we can talk after we're done playing the game.
It was a pleasure meeting you all, and you as well, Bright Crackle Flicker Dim. We will have to see where we are 3 days from now. Our business might require us to leave, but if we're still in the area and still on the station, we will definitely be in contact. Is there a way for me to reach out in case we wanted to follow through on these plans?
We will probably be here in the gambling nook, because we like gambling, so we will be here in the gambling nook.
I suspected that might be the case.